Hey guys, this is OG from Crypto Nights back with another cryptocurrency update. If you guys like these videos, please do me a favor and hit up the like button and subscribe so that you don't miss out on future videos. Now let's get right into it. Bitcoin is collapsing. It is going down and it's dragging the entire market with it. Ethereum is going down, altcoins are going down, everything's going down, and I will show you through the charts. And with that said, is there any way that we can turn this around? Or are we going to go much lower? In this video, I will explore this and much more. So let's start on the daily time frame. So we see that price is consolidating between around 42k, 41k to 30k as the bottom, and so far we are still in this range, right? So despite the fact that price is going down or has been going down for the past few days, we still have not crashed below the 30k support zone, and so in a sense, it's not time to completely panic just yet. So we have not made a lower low since the low that we made back here on in the middle of May. So this is still in consolidation. Now, with that said, right, there are a few bearish signs. One, after we broke below the 200-day moving average, we've now retested it as resistance, right? Especially here, right? Most recently, we came up to 41k. And we got rejected by the 200-day EMA, right? So this was very bearish. And so now what we're looking to see is if price can find support somewhere above 30k, right? We do not want price to go below 30k, as bulls or as long-term hodlers. We don't want price to go below 30k. So this is what we're looking at. Now, diving down into the 4-hour chart, we see what had happened, right? So we had made a higher low here, and we started to head up. Actually, remember this? We broke down from this symmetrical triangle. We broke back above it, and then we came back down again, and then we broke back above the resistance of the symmetrical triangle. And so this was when we were starting to get bullish. And then we came back to retest this swing high at around 38.5k. And this is when I was telling you guys this is make or break, right? This level needs to hold in order for us to continue going up. If this fails, then we're most likely to see prices going down. And so we were actually forming then this wedge or channel, depending on how you look at it, but essentially a consolidation pattern, and we broke below, right? So this is the breakdown. So this was around 37.7k. This is where you could have potentially taken a short break, as a result of us breaking down from this pattern with pretty strong volume. And ever since that happened, we have been going down, and so price has dropped at a maximum around 15%. We're bouncing a little bit right now. Diving down into the 1-hour chart, we are starting to see potentially some sort of bottom, at least temporary bottom, right? So we are seeing a very slight bullish RSI divergence, and price is bouncing here for now. So we will need to see if this can actually be confirmed. So if we close, let's say above 33 or let's say 34k, then this bullish divergence would be confirmed, and we're likely to see price go sideways or come back, or at least retest the 200 period moving averages at around 36k, right? So let's see if price can hold here. If prices completely reverse here and collapse, then we're likely to see 30k sooner rather than later, and then it becomes the ultimate test if 30k can hold. Now, zooming in one last time onto the 15-minute, we also see the same RSI bullish divergence that we saw on the hourly chart, and here the 200 MA resistance is at a lower price at around 35k. So, and if you remember, the last few days I've been telling you guys that upon the first retest of the 200 moving average, 200 period moving averages, price is most likely going to get a rejection, right? And I was showing charts not just on Bitcoin, but also Ethereum, Cardano, Binance Coin, etc. And I was showing you guys the same potential setup. And so, this is exactly what happened here, right? So this price came to retest the 200 period moving average on the 15-minute, and price collapsed. So this could have been a potential region for you to take a short if you had a short bias in the markets. And now this is a potential region for another short if we come back to the 35K region and get rejected. Of course, if you've been watching my videos, I've always said that I'm always more convinced of a first retest because the second and third retest, the price actually might break through. So, while I am potentially looking to short this, this short would have been, I would have had more conviction in this short compared to if we had a short setup here. That said, because we did make a lower low, I am still looking for a potential short. If we had made a higher low, let's say price has come back to stop here on reverse, I would not even look for a potential short here. But because price did make a lower low, I am keeping the option open to short a second retest. Typically, I only short the first retest. Okay, so let's switch gears a bit and look at the Ethereum chart. So yesterday, or 2 days ago, depending on which time zone you're in, I actually shared this with you guys, right? This head and shoulders pattern that was forming, and I was actually, telling you guys in the Discord group in real time that this is breaking the neckline, and price is likely going down to 2,000. So initially it didn't hit 2,000, right? So, but it was still a nice trade. Price came down to by about 4%. So this, with leverage, if you had, let's say 10x leverage or 20x leverage, this could have been a 40% or 80% profitable trade. Price eventually recently just hit 2K, but took a very long detour, right? So I wouldn't, in a way, I wouldn't consider this the target from the head and shoulders. But in any case, this was the breakdown happened, and then despite a temporary recovery, we broke down once more, and so price is now again looking very bearish, and we'll have to see if price can at least consolidate here and to kind of stop the bearish momentum for the time being. And if the price do come back up, we have the 200 period moving average as potential resistance. Most likely will be around 2150, right? Because this is heading down, by the time price does come back up, it's going to be probably somewhere around this region. So this is potentially where I want to be looking for a short as well on Ethereum. Now, looking at the Bitcoin chart, let's move on to the 1 hour. So as you can see, typically I only look at the 50-minute when I'm looking at Ethereum and Bitcoin. The rest of the charts I like to look at 1 hour or above. Partly because of volume, because Ethereum and Bitcoin has enough volume that I could trade on a 50-minute, whereas for some of the other pairs there might not be enough volume for me to really take a trade, even if I do see a good setup. Okay, so so I was mentioning earlier in this video, I've been saying that the first retest of the 200 period moving average after a huge extended move is likely going to see price get rejected, and so this is exactly what happened here. So this could also have been a good short, right? Shorting here. So if you were following my videos, right, if you subscribe to my videos, you would have seen this coming, right? I think I posted about this potential trade 3 or 4 times in the past few days. So if you were watching in my videos, so make sure you subscribe, right, so that you can get these videos in real time and be able to take advantage of these trade setups. Now, moving on to Cardano. So Cardano again, bearish just like everything else, and it kind of so it almost retested the 200 period moving average, but it didn't. So if you were trying to front run this, you could maybe have taken this, but honestly, I wouldn't count it. Right, I didn't take this trade either. Like, I was waiting for it to come up a little bit further, but it didn't, and it just collapsed. And so that happens sometimes. You can't catch all of the moves, and not all of the moves are going to be picture perfect. Let's look at Binance Coin. So again, very similar, right? So we almost got to the 200 period moving average on the hourly charts, but we missed it just by a hair. And so again, this I missed this trade as well. Let's look at Polkadot. So same thing with Polkadot. So it seems like all the top layer ones, right, aside from Ethereum, so Cardano, Polkadot, and Binance Smart Chain, in the form of Binance Coin, all missed the 200 period moving average before going down. So um, at least they seem to be moving in sync. Now let's look at some of the major DeFi coins, right? Let's look at Link. Again, same thing. Well, actually, so yeah, seems like all the major altcoins had very similar patterns, right? So again, almost retesting the 200 period moving average, not quite, and then collapsing. Let's look at Uniswap. Same thing, right? Same exact thing. So missing the 200 period moving average and then collapsing. So honestly, let me zoom out for a bit. Let me see if on the 4-hour you can see anything. So again, still much in a very bearish trend. Unable to break above the 200 period moving average and making lower highs, and lower highs, right? So support would be at around $13, right, for Uniswap. Let's go back and look at Link to see where ultimate support could be. So on the 4-hour, we have support at around, let's call it 15, right? So 15 would be the next major apologies support for Link. And apologies for going back. I just realized this might be a good thing to look at. So for Cardano would be around $1, right? So very important psychological level. Could be a place for placing some limit buys if you are bullish on Cardano long term, and if you are okay averaging in and DCAing lower, it should price go lower. So this could be a good place to place some limit buys. Again, not financial advice. Let's look at Binance Coin to see where it's at. So Binance Coin around 200, right? 200 to 210. It's where could be a potential place for a bounce. And then Polkadot 13.5, right? 13.5 would be a potential low. So, and then the last coin I want to look at is XRP. So for XRP, 65 cents, right? And actually we're actually pretty close to that. So let's look at the 1-hour. So XRP actually right here, actually did come up to the 200 MAs here, and then came up and then retested it again and formed some sort of very ugly looking head and shoulders potentially, right? And then broke down. And so as you can see, right, across the board, everything is dropping. I think a few reasons, right? One is that let's go back to the Bitcoin chart first to look at this. And we zoom out to the data. So I would say like a few reasons. One, we did get rejected here at the test of the 200-day EMA, right? So this rejection, and then forming this, in essence, a bearish engulfing, a bearish candlestick pattern, right? So this would have been a potential short here. So one, we got rejected there. Secondly, the overall markets are also dropping. So not just crypto, but the equities as well. So I posted a chart, yesterday or 2 days ago on the S&P 500 and how it was coming off of its high as well, and and the fact that it failed to hold its new all-time high, right? And it was actually falling to the support of the trend line. So and depending on how you drew that trend line, it actually might have broken it already. So that bearish momentum from the traditional markets kind of bled into the weekend as well. And then I think the third factor, of course, is the options expiry, right? So Friday and then this coming Friday, I think all of that is hanging kind of above. So a mix of factors that are coming together But again, right, as I said in the beginning of the video, while everything is dropping for the moment, we still have not broken 30K, right? So let's just keep that in mind. And I'm not going to flip bearish, at least not on the macro level, until we make a lower low, right? Essentially until we break 30K. I'm still of the opinion that we're most likely going to consolidate here for a bit before breaking up, right? Assuming the bull market isn't over, right? So that is a big assumption that at least I'm making, but you have to ask yourself whether or not you believe that thesis, right? But for me, unless we break below 30K, I am still holding onto that opinion for now. And the thing is, we might be consolidating between 30K and let's say 40 to 42K for a while, right? So I'm okay with that personally, because I've been hodling for years, and I'm okay to hodl for years more and decades more. So as long as we don't break below 30K, I am a happy camper. I'm okay waiting for this, even if it takes 2, 3, 4, 5 months for us to just consolidate in this region before breaking up. So again, you also have to ask yourself, what is your risk tolerance? What is your investment horizon? How long can you stand this up and down, sideways movement, right? Or do you think you'll get shaken out? So I'm not a financial advisor. All I can do is share what I'm seeing and what I'm doing. And you have to make your own decisions and do your own research and make decisions that make sense for yourself. That said, this has been this has been a great journey, and I hope I can continue to do this, whether or not we're going to a bear market or continue the bull market. I hope to be able to make these videos on a daily basis, to help myself have clearer thoughts, but also to help you guys try to see the market in a more rational view rather than reacting in an emotional manner due to price movements on a smaller time frames. So again, thank you guys for watching, and if you appreciate these videos, if you found these videos helpful, please do help me help you by subscribing and by clicking the thumbs up button. Thank you guys again, and see you guys in the next one.